Hello and welcome to a new Let's Play on my channel. And in this case we are going to go with Jade Empire, the second console role-playing game, but first fully original role-playing game done by BioWare. Okay, this was originally for the Xbox, but eventually had a port for the PC, obviously. Let's see, let me just check my options. Yeah, we'll do, student, because, yeah. And controls, yeah, looks like everything is working just fine. And, still widescreen. Show subtitles all. Good. So let's start a new game. Now you get a whole bunch of pre-made sort of characters, but you can customize all of them. So essentially you're just choosing which character model you find that you would want to pretty much stare at through the entire game. All of them look rather nice, but I think we're going to do the model for Lou the Prodigy here. But we are going to... we want to customize him. Available points 4. I want to increase his mind, which allows him to use weapons better. And yeah, I think that'll work out. You default with Heavenly Wave support style. Does direct damage in key strike modes. This style's power attack can initiate a harmonic combo that produces a health power-up. Yay! Fighters skilled in Heavenly Wave learn techniques that can slow their opponents to a crawl. With this support style, it does no damage on its own. A master can manipulate the ki in the areas around the opponents, rendering them sluggish and easily defeated. Even the most lightning-fast of foes can be slowed down to a turtle's pace with a skillful application of Heavenly Wave. Nice. Let's see. Martial style, 1,000 cuts. Style does not involve blades. A master of the style relies on numerous light strikes and quick succession instead of a singular punishing blows or thunderous kicks. Most opponents reel under such relentless assault, unable to counter fast enough to find an opening for their own attacks. Very useful. Might have chosen that. White Demon. Many martial artists criticize the White Demon style for being slow and ponderous, but in the hands of a true master, it can be one of the deadliest martial skills of all. While it lacks the crowd-pleasing panache of faster styles, White Demon's sheer power and intimidating techniques plow through opponents like an ogre in a tea house. It's a bit slow for me. Many in Jade Empire have heard of Legendary Strike, but few have actually seen it in action. Fewer still have mastered this martial style, but those who have are to be feared. Their blows rain down too fast to block, and their kicks can quickly put an opponents out for good. Usually, the times I've tried playing this, I've done Legendary Strike, but this time I think I'm going to go with Leaping Tiger. With the vigor and speed of an animal from which this martial style was named, Leaping Tiger daddles onlookers as it carves up opponents. Practitioners of this martial style focus so completely on the strength and quickness of the tiger that razor-sharp claws seem to sprout from their fist. The style's quick, leaping techniques and punishing strikes create a flurry of death that can be kept even armed opponents at bay. Yep, you essentially turn into Wolverine. Yay! Accept this custom character. Yep. And yeah, you get random name, or you can put it in your own. I'm gonna see if I can get the random name that I found when I was testing this. Let's see here. here we go. Philosopher Haoxing. Yep, I'm gonna give people philosophies in pain. Done. Accept.
I swear, one of these days I'll find a way around your guard.
I doubt it. You strike with the grace of a cow. Yes, well, you strike with the grace of a milkmaid. One more match then?
Happily. I feel that I learn something every time I face you. Even if it's only a new place to nurse a bruise. So long as you're certain you have time.
Alright, show me your best.
Let us begin.
Yep, literally Wolverine claws. Oop. Wrong button.
Did you see? Master Li was watching. He may not show it, but he clearly takes pride in watching his students practice. I learn something every time we meet, proving that loss sometimes is the best teacher. Thank the heavens the bruises are worth it.
Each bruise is a mark of your failure to your Lord, our master's teacher. Oh, sorry. Thank you for the bout.
You are gracious as always. I regret that there won't be much time for such practice now that you've almost finished your training. Master Li told me to pass on that you should speak to him when you have the chance. He said you could take your time, so you need not rush.
Oh, we just saw where he went. Why didn't you tell me earlier?
He specifically told me that it was no rush, so I didn't think it would be vital. Besides, who could turn down a chance to practice with you? You have some time to wander the school and talk with other students. Smiling Mountain likely has some of the younger students available if you want to spar. I shall leave you to it. Take care, my friend.
Chapter 1. Wherein a master foretells of doom, a rival challenges for station, and the past haunts the present. Your training nears its completion in the idyllic setting of Two Rivers. Master Li promises that soon you shall know more about how you came here and what your future will lead. All the while, strange tales begin to spread of ghosts that will not rest and shadowy assassins who heed no law. Uh-oh. You received Rhino Demon. Okay, so this is one of the bonuses if you pre-order the Xbox version, but you can kind of add it to your normal gameplay. I have it available, but yeah, I don't have nearly the magic stat to really use this for any length of time. Speaking of that, let's see. Yeah, I'm level 1, experience points 0 out of 350. I kind of edited the XP listing to do half rather than the regular XP amounts for each level up, mostly just to cut down on grinding. You know. I don't want to grind. You don't want to see me grind. I didn't make it so that I start off at, infinite levels initially. Just, I'll go faster than normal. Um, techniques. Yep. Nothing. Nothing. Skills. Oh, and this shows one of the other skills. You don't get a charisma bonus, but all of your physical attributes combine into 3 different abilities. So body and mind creates charm, spirit and mind create intuition, and spirit and body create intimidation. So that's cool. And if I leave this, you two will walk in. You have nothing to say. Oh.
Gao refuses to practice with the rest of us. He thinks he's too good for us.
You, on the other hand, speak a lot.
Our most senior student has a spare moment to spend with me? An honor. No, wait, I shouldn't be like that. Master Li always reminds me that jealousy is a low path and not worthy of one of his students. I understand your training is almost complete. I wonder who will replace you as our example. It certainly won't be me. I can't even imagine Master Li saying, "You must strive to be like Lin in all things" to the others. Just the opposite, more likely.
If you want Master Li to say it, don't give him a choice. Be the best you can. Don't worry about following others. Walk your own path. You lack the skills and the discipline to be a leader. In this case, I think I'm going to encourage her to, choose whatever she wants.
That's easy enough for you to say. You're already the best in the school. The rest of us just stare at your back. Of course, there could be worse views.
Oh my.
Maybe I should spend more time training and less time worrying about where I stand in the school. How else will I be good enough to take you down one of these days? Besides, there might be bigger things to worry about. I find myself intrigued by the ghost tales that everyone's mentioning.
Well, you seem to know everyone around here. Is there any news?
You think I will talk about them behind their backs? I will, but I don't want people to think of me as the local gossip, even if I am just that.
Who are the students of note?
Of note? There's only one student of note, and that would be you. Everyone else, even Dawnstar, is just a background for you and your supposed destiny. Not that you don't deserve the attention. I'd be flirting with you non-stop if you weren't so focused on whatever it is Master Li has in store for you.
Oh my.
All of us get a little envious of that. Even Gao gets pushed aside, and he doesn't like being anything less than the center of attention.
Tell me about this Gao. He seems to be quite a person.
You know him as well as I do. A rich man's son. He's attractive, I suppose, but arrogance follows him like a cloud of locusts. I hear his father is the same way. Gao the Greater and Gao the Lesser. Not a family I would want to be a part of.
Sounds like a gore ram pain in the tush. But we'll learn more about that later. I played like the first couple of chapters of this game before. I used to have this game on PC, borrowed it from my friend, got it fully loaded onto my computer so I didn't have to hold on to the discs. But unfortunately, I had had to do a repair on the computer and lost the ability to load the game. So, tell me about Dawnstar.
Why do you need to ask me about Dawnstar? You know her better than anyone as far as I'm concerned. You two practically grew up together.
Because I just started the game.
Frankly, I think she might have a little crush on you too. Notice how she's been less willing to train with you recently?
Oh?
Maybe that's why you two get along so well. Maybe her sense for ghosts and the like meshes well with the great destiny Master Li sees for you.
What are you getting at?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be like that. Dawnstar is a fine person. She just sees things that I can't. I know there are ghosts and spirits, but why should she be able to sense them when I can't? What makes her special? While Master Li tries to never let it show, he obviously holds a special place in his heart for you two. I suppose that's hard to deal with, even if I have been here far less time than you two.
What have you heard about me?
You know what is said. Master Li believes you're special, but won't say why. It makes you interesting.
Oh?
Some of the others don't find it as intriguing as I do. Some even consider it an attack on their worth.
Well, who should I be concerned about?
Gao, obviously. You know he doesn't like you. He never has. And when Master Li tells him to model himself after you, that just makes it worse.
Some other questions.
What do you want to ask about?
I don't think we ever talked about you, Lin.
I'm sure you figured out most of my little quirks by now. I've been here a few years.
Yeah, but the game's just started. How'd you come here? Why?
I wasn't the delicate flower my family had hoped for. They believed school would calm my spirit. But Master Li has shown me how to focus myself. I have learned many skills while here, and not many of them require that I be delicate.
What will you do when you're done training here?
When I am done? I haven't really thought about it. I won't go home. There's no place for me there. If I can stomach the books, I could become a scholar. Perhaps I'll go to the Imperial City. I should see it at least once in my life.
Makes sense.
If you wish,
other questions?
what do you want to ask about?
What do you think of Master Li?
Master Li took me in when no one else would. He is a firm master, but a kind man deep inside.
Luckily, most conversations aren't this in-depth. This is just the local gossip who gives you all sorts of exposition about, what has come up just before the game. How did Master Li come here?
I imagine that he walked. If you want anything more than that, you'll have to ask someone who was here at the time. That was 20 years ago.
Who was Master Li?
I really don't know or care. It may as well have been Sagacious Tien, the first emperor. That was before I was born.
Well, some other
If you
questions.
wish, what do you want to ask about?
Tell me what you've been hearing about ghosts.
Other than what Dawnstar senses, all I have is stories, but they're becoming more and more common. Tales of people being haunted by loved ones, and mad ghosts attacking people on the roads, or even in their homes. And Master Li accepts Dawnstar's ability to see and sense things others can't. If he believes her, then how could I believe otherwise?
What exactly are these ghosts?
They're exactly what you'd expect. The souls of humans who have died. According to all the legends, when you die, your soul travels to the underworld. Once there, your soul is judged and placed upon the wheel of life, so that it can return to this world in a new life. A soul that doesn't return to the wheel of life becomes a ghost.
And where do the ghosts come from?
According to the stories, ghosts are usually people whose souls are trapped in this world, either by circumstance or because they won't let go of their old lives. The thing is, those circumstances are very rare, and you never heard about ghosts 10 years ago. Now everyone's talking about them. It's like something has happened, and people aren't leaving this world like they should be. Either that or it's mass hysteria, but I can't believe that explanation.
And Dawnstar's sensitivity?
From what I understand, Dawnstar is very sensitive to magic and to the spirits we call ghosts. She sees things that others can't. Sometimes she knows things that she shouldn't. I really can't say if it's intuition or something else.
Look like...
That was my first question when I started hearing these rumors. Apparently they can look just like us, though possibly pale and faded. Some ghosts have been around a long time, and apparently they begin to change. They grow distant from their bodies and become more monsters than people. The scary thing is that a lot of the stories I've been hearing are about these old ghosts, the ones that look like monsters. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, my other questions?
What do you want to ask about?
Well, since we're about to end the video, would you be interested in sparring?
Of course. I have to keep practicing if I'm going to be able to best you one day, aren't I?
Let's begin.
Excellent. Let's see if we can use Smiling Mountain's sparring ground. Once we're done, I'll wander back here if you need me again.
Absolutely. So she's using a staff, which is a good idea, except for, well, Wolverine claws. But that'll be a video. When we come back, well, Master Lee has sought to talk to us, but we've got some students around here that would also like to have a bit of a talking to. But that'll be for next time. When we come back, more Jade Empire. Have a good one, folks.